I'm Joe Robina of American Cane Self-Defense, and today I want to share with you how this cane will not only change your life, but can potentially save your life. This is the Tactical Master from Cane Masters. Now, you may have heard me in other video segments refer to Cane Masters as the finest cane manufacturer in the world when it comes to these types of wooden functional canes. And that's because that's the truth. There's three things I'm going to cover with you in this segment. The first one is the craftsmanship and the quality of these canes. Let's take a look at this one in particular. So this is a hickory cane, which is a hard wood, which means that it's going to be more resilient if you ever drop it and if you ever need to make impact with it. And we'll get into that in a second. But the first thing I want to point out is just the comfort of the cane. Take a look at this palm rest. And I want you to think in terms of cars, think of a Cadillac, comfort. When you put your hands on here and you're carrying your cane, this is in a reverse grip, which means that, and just so that we're on the same page, this is the horn. The horn is pointing away from you. You're going to put your hand here and it rests right on there. So ergonomically, it's just easier on the wrist to carry. It's so comfortable, you're secure, easier to maintain your balance, the tip making contact with the floor. Now you start moving down and you see all this beautiful cane. By the way, it's just a beautiful, beautiful cane. And you see the work that's done on the shaft. Anywhere you put your hands on this cane, there's a grip. It facilitates the grip because the work is strategically put on there so that regardless when you move from here to here, whether you're exercising or you actually have to spring into action, wherever you put your hands, it's all about comfort. Now, let me show you something. As you move down towards the bottom third of that cane, you're going to see that there's like an edge there. We refer to that as a teardrop. Why? Because God forbid if you ever have to face a bad guy who's up to no good and you make contact there, it's going to bring a teardrop to his eye. I can guarantee you that. But notice how it's strategically placed on the bottom third. The reason for that is because when it's down low, for self-protection, when you move from here to here, even though I'm looking up at you without having to telegraph, when I do this, if you take out that limb, so just imagine that teardrop making contact with a shin bone, right? Rule number one is wood on bone hurts. And so when you move from here to here without having to telegraph, you're taking advantage of the reach of that cane to just get out of a jam. It's so easy to do because the movements are really easy to do. So that's part of the craftsmanship of the cane, absolutely a work of art. Very easy to handle and comfort as well. Now, when it comes to self-protection, there's two components. Everybody always thinks self-protection in terms of self-defense. But there's another method of self-protection, and that is preservation of your body by moving. So if I were to ask you, when was the last time you were physically assaulted? Were you physically assaulted last week? Were you physically assaulted last month? What about this year? Were you physically assaulted? Chances are you may not. But are you quote unquote assaulted with back pain, with aches and pains, right? Achy joints. Has your physician recommended that you move? And raise your hand if you like to quote unquote exercise. Our experience has been that why most of our caners don't like to actually exercise and have to sweat, they love moving with their cane. And in doing the movements that we teach with the cane, then good things happen in terms of your health because we don't make medical claims, but it improves circulation, you're lymphatic, and there are ways of training with the tool that will go ahead and strengthen. So, we're looking at three components here: the quality and the craftsmanship of the cane. In this case, the model's the Tactical Master. And we're looking at self-protection from two ways: movement for better health, and if you ever have to use it for self-protection, the advantage is You can get it anywhere because it's classified as a medical device, right? You're walking with it, but if you ever need to spring into action, then the training, right, is designed to get you out of a mess. When it comes to self-protection, we're all looking for an edge, for an advantage. If you're relying on a quote-unquote self-defense tool, you're going to your local post office, you're going to the bank, you're going to the airport. You're really limited as to what legally you can go ahead and have on your persona. However, the cane, the advantage is, it's a medical device. Can't be questioned as to why I'm carrying it, can't pry into my medical health history. So as far as feeling more secure, this is something you'll be able to get your cane where you cannot get any other tool. So you're feeling more secure in two ways. Number one, it's there for your balance, for your mobility, but God forbid you got to spring into action. Then you have a reliable tool that with training becomes the real equalizer. I'm Joe Robina for American Cane Self-Defense and Cane Masters. Thanks for watching. Keep caning. Stay safe.